Yeah, hi everyone. In this video, we'll go over installing a fully activated Microsoft Office 2021 version. So first things first, I'll open up my browser and search for the Office customization tool. So I hit enter. And the very first option, Office customization tool, I'll click on this. And this opens up the 365 Admin Center. So you have the option to choose the architecture. So depending on your system, you choose 32-bit or 64-bit. Personally, I have a 64-bit system, so I'll choose the 64-bit option and I scroll down. So the next option, select Office Suite product. So here I'll choose Office LTSC volume license 2021. So I click on this and select this. And the next option I'll choose is additional products. So here I'll select language pack, additional products, and then scroll down and leave everything as default. So make sure you have latest as a version. So I scroll down, and here you can select the apps you want to have on your system. So personally, I don't need access. I could leave the rest as they are. So I uncheck access. Depending on your needs, you could check the apps that are important to you. So I'll leave this as it is and then click on next. So here you have the option to choose the primary language for the applications. So I'll select English, United States. So I choose this. And you can also choose additional languages. So you come here and choose additional languages, right? But I'll just leave this and scroll on to the next option. So I click on next. So here, where do you want to deploy Office from? So I'll leave as default, Office CDN, and leave as default. Just click on next. And here, so um, I recommend before installing this, right? Make sure you uninstall um previous versions of Office you might have on your system. So here, right, if you have other versions, this will be checked. But currently, I don't have Office on my laptop, so I won't check all these options. But I recommend uninstalling Office, right? And then you can now proceed to install Microsoft using this method. So once I uncheck that, right, I click on next. So licensing and activation, right? So you have the option of KMS or Mac. So when you choose Mac, you have to provide a license key, right? But we don't have that. So we'll go with KMS and scroll down to the next option. So leave as default and then click on next. So I'll just skip all this, click on next, and then scroll down and select finish. So I come on here and click on export, top right, click on export. And I'll choose the Office Open XML format and hit OK. Accept the terms and click on. So the file is called configuration, right? Configuration. So I hit export. And this will save the file, right, in your default downloads folder. So when I show in folder, right, this is my downloads folder, right? Configuration.xml. So the next thing we'll do is open up a new tab. And here I'll search for the Office deployment tool and hit enter. So Office deployment to Microsoft 365. I open this up. and I'll just scroll down and download. So this saves the file also in your default folder. So I open this up, right? My downloads folder, you see that I have the tool downloaded, Office deployment tool. So now what I'll do is I'll come onto my desktop, right? I'll right click and create a new folder. And I'll call this Office 2021. Can give you any name, right? So I'll call it Office 2021. And here I'll just bring in, so I'll bring in my config file. I'll just drag it across and move it to this folder. And then this tool I downloaded, right? Do a right click, click on the file, do a right click, and then select the option Run as Administrator. So I click on this and I select yes. So accept the license terms and continue. So here you have to select where you extract the files into. So I want to extract it into the same downloads folder. So I'll come to this PC and I'll select the downloads folder, right? Downloads folder and hit OK. So it says files extracted successfully. So when you look at the downloads folder, right, you have all the files extracted. So I need the setup file, right? Setup.exe. This is the file I need. So I'll just drag this also to the Office 21 folder also. So I'll minimize this. When I open up the Office 2021 file, so I have the two files I need, right? The XML file and this exe file. Now the next thing we'll do is come on to the search bar on my Windows and I'll search for CMD. That's a command prompt. So the command prompt, I'll just right click on this and run as administrator. So I select this and I hit yes. So this is a command prompt, right? I want to run a command, but this command has to run from the Office 2021 folder. So what I'll do is I'll come on to the Office 2021 folder, right? And click on this box here. And this pops up the path, right? The path to this folder. So I'll just right click and copy this path. And I'll come back to my command prompt, right? So here I'll type in a command, cd, this change directory. So I want to change directory to the folder and I'll paste the path I copied and enter, right? So you can see this is now on the Office 2021 folder. So I want to run the config file from this folder and I'll type in a command. So this command, I'll put it in the video description, right? So you could find it there also. But this simply set up, then a space, then you have a slash, then you type configure, a space, and then the XML file name, configuration dot XML, right? So setup space / configure space, and then configuration.xml. Once you have this right, you hit enter. So this starts installing Microsoft Office 21, right? So you can see, right, it says Office is installing in the background. Click here for status. So this is installing, right? It might take a few minutes. So while this installs, right, I can minimize this and minimize this also. Yeah, so this will take a few minutes to install, depending on the number of apps you selected. But then you ensure you stay online and you don't restart your computer. So this is completely installed, right? I hit on close. And now I can close my command prompt. And I come onto the search bar and type in Excel. So you see I have Excel currently installed. So I open up Excel. And here, right, I can open up a blank workbook. And you can see this works perfectly. If I come onto the file, come onto the account, right? You can see this Office 2021 product activated. And this works perfectly. And just to test, right, you can see that functions like the XLOOKUP, for example, is here. But in 2019 and other versions, you won't see this function. So this works perfectly well. So this is installed. I can go on to delete this folder, take it off, and also delete these other files on the yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching.